Hello students, this video is about a phenomenon that is heterospory in pteridophytes. Let us see in detail. So heterospory in pteridophytes. So before that, what is mean by heterospory? Why, how it is reported in pteridophytic plant. So most of the pteridophyte produce only one kind of similar spore. So such spore we call it as homosporous, and this phenomenon of producing only one kind of spore we call it as homospory. However, in some pteridophytes which can able to produce two different types of spore which differs in size, structure and function, and this phenomenon we call it as heterosporous, and that we commonly call heterospory. So there are two types of spores. I told you know the heterospory. What are all the two kinds of spores? One is microspore and the one is megaspore. So if you take microspore, they are small sized spores. So because of the small size, the number is very large. It is produced inside the microsporangium. It is a spore mother cell which can able to produce a microspore. So they are male spores actually. We call it as microspores, which are germination to produce the male gametophyte. Similarly, megaspores, so the name itself, it is mega, so large in size. So because of the size, the number is very limited in number. It is produced inside the female spore producing cell. We call it as megasporangium. On germination, this megaspore developed to form a female gametophyte. Okay, so I know from this slide, it will be clear what is meant by heterospory, what is meant by homospory. If it is heterospory, what are the two different kinds of spores? Microspores and other one is megaspore. Okay, so the production of two types of spores with different sexuality was first evolved in the pteridophyte. So this condition is now represented by only 8 living species of pteridophyte. So these are the 8 living species of pteridophyte that can able to produce two different kinds of spores. I told you know megaspores and microspore. Selaginella, Isotus, Marsilia, Salvinia, Azolla, Pilularia, and Rechnilidium, and Platysoma. These are the 8 living species of pteridophyte that is having the phenomenon heterospory. Then what are all the advantages this heterospory having over the homospory? If you take heterospory, this is the first condition where the spores are produced inside the spore wall and it is independent of external harsh condition. So the supply of continuous food material also from the diploid sporophytic generation, whereas in homospory, spores is produced outside the cell wall or it is divided of the spore wall, and for nutrition and support, it has to depend upon the external factors. Okay, and but endosporic development is the good starting point of embryo survival in case of heterospory. In heterospory, facilitated sex differentiation in pteridophytes, but in homospory, sex differentiation, that is the male and female sex organ, happens during the development of antheridia and archegonia. But in heterospory, the facilitated sex differentiation happened prior when you compare to the condition of homospory. So this is one advantage. Then heterospory reduce the size of gametophyte, reduced to fusel, whereas in homospory, it is not in the reduction of size. So these are some multiples of advantages of heterospory over the condition of homospory reported in the pteridophyte. So moving on to seed habit in heterospory. So the formation of seed is an important advantage in the heterospory. Male and female gametes are formed inside the same prothallus in heterospory. So if the male and female thallus are present in the same prothallus, there is an easy chance of fertilizing the ovule, the egg cell. It is very high. If the male and female gametangia are very highly separated, means so it needs some pollinators to do for the pollination. There may be a chance or may not be the fertilization occur or not, but if it is present in the same prothallus, so the sperm cell of the own prothallus can fertilize the own egg cell very soon. There is a less chances of minimization of fertilization here. So that is one advantage of seed habit in heterospory. Then moving on to seeds have many advantages over spores. Seeds is actually integument of megasporangium, represent the 3 generation. Seed we are usually studied in the angiospermic plant, but in pteridophyte you have to name it as spores. So okay, so what are all the advantages here the seed is having? Because spores next to spores only, the highly evolved seed has come. So what are all the advantages if it is in the form of seed over if it is in the form of spore? So seed is actually a integument megasporangium, nothing but the embryo sac ovule. It is an integument megasporangium. It has three generations. First one is parent sporophytic tissue represented by the nucellar tissue and integument, which is present in the ovule. Second one is gametophytic generation is represented only by the female gametophyte, and the offspring sporophyte is represented by the embryo after fertilization. So these are the three generations which is present in the seed. This is not applicable to the spores which is present in the pteridophyte. So that's why seed have these many advantage when you compare that to spores which is reported in the pteridophyte, whether it can be heterospory or homospory. It is the greatest adaptation of land plants to ensure reproductive success and survival. I'm telling here the angiospermic plant. The chance of survival of the independent gametophyte is very less. In order to overcome the problem, female gametophyte is permanently retained in the megasporangium in case of seed. Okay, so if it is if the female gametophyte also like sperm cell, if it has to move, means there is a less chance of fertilization. So that's why the movement, the motility here is taken only by the sperm cell, whereas in the female gametophyte, it is permanently fixed in the megasporangium. So whatever the sperm cells are coming, definitely it will come and meet the egg cell which is present in the female gametophyte. So that's why to avoid the less chance of fertilization, female gametophyte is permanently kept inside the megasporangium. So thus heterosporous condition is considered as precondition for the seed habit, like a trial and error for next evaluation to be a seed from spore. So this heterosporous condition we found it is a precondition for the seed habit for coming evaluation. So there is no proper evidence of evaluation of seed habit from homosporous, but there is a traces of heterosporous that relates more to become a seed habit. So that's why here we are telling instead of homosporous, heterospory has the more advantage. So evidence how seed habit arise from heterospory. These are some of the evidences. Production of two types of spores, megaspores and microspores. Reduction in the number of megaspores because of its size, and production of single megaspore per megasporangium. So one female megasporangium can able to produce only single megaspore, and permanent retention of megaspore inside the megasporangium to minimize the loss of fertilization, and developments for the availability of nutrition, formation of protective layer, and development of connections between megasporangial wall and megaspores, development of pollination mechanism, then retention of young embryo inside megaspore wall, then development of seed with protective layer, development of seed dispersal mechanism. So this is how from this evidences, they clearly come to a conclusion from heterosporic condition, which is reported in the pteridophytic plant, has the traces over the future evolution, how the seed habit arise in the angiospermic plant. Okay, so finally coming to the economic importance of pteridophyte. So some of the pteridophyte constitute a good source of food to animals, Photocarp of Marsilia, water fern, yield stars that is cooked and eaten by certain tribal people, and soil binding. So pteridophyte bind the soil even along hill slope, so to protect the soil from erosion activity, and scoring. Eucalyptus stem have been used in scoring, nothing but cleaning of utensils and polishing of metal. Therefore, it is also called as scoring rushes. The nitrogen fixation, the microphone azolla has a symbiotic association with Cyanobacterium anabina azole. It is inoculated to paddy field to function as a biofertilizer, as well as it enhances soil fertility. Then medicine. So anti-helminthic drug is obtained from rhizomes of Triopteris, that is a male shield fern. They're using it as an antibiotic. Then ornamental. So many ferns are grown as ornamental plants for their delicate and graceful leaves. Okay, so with this we come to the end of this video. I hope from this video you get some knowledge about the pteridophyte, economic importance of pteridophyte, and what is meant by heterospory, what is meant by homospory. So how heterospory is dominant over homospory, how the evidences clearly traces heterospory, the evolution of starting point for the seed habit. Thank you.